Wow, this place actually absolutely amazing. It really is.
That, isn't it?
Isn't that stunning? I've never seen anything like it in the lake.
Just vast, isn't it?
Vast.
Feet a little bit wet, legs a little bit tired, but it's all well worth it. Well worth it to get a spot like this.
Come on, pick yourself up, lads. Hi guys, welcome back to Border Raiders, the place for your fix of all things outdoors and wild camping. I don't know if you're seeing that on the clips, but some lads have just been walking down the valley and they were just slipping and sliding everywhere. It was absolutely hilarious. Good sports though, they got up and laughed it off, but oh, it was hilarious. So today we're back out in the Lake District and we're in a place which many people consider to actually be the most secluded area of the Lake District, and that is Eskdale Valley. Now, we haven't been here before as such, but it's a place we've been wanting to come for a very long time now, and it's been on our bucket list, you could say, just for the reason, like I said, it is secluded, and it's just an area of just outstanding beauty, as is all the Lake District. So I'm back out, as you can see, with Sam and Greg, and just in the background there you can actually see the valley, and it looks absolutely splendid. First time we've been out in a couple of weeks now. Just getting over the winter period, we're coming into spring, and it's an absolute joy to be back out. That was a long winter, it certainly felt like that from our perspective. Many, oh god, nearly tipped up there, but yeah, many a sort of a rough camp, you could say, over the winter. But this is great. We were coming up the valley then, and with it being spring now, you could see all the lambs. And I tell you what, they must have been days old, a couple of days. Absolutely brand spanking new, and they were just flutting around, enjoying themselves. Just behind us, if you can make it out and recognise it, that's Hard Knot Roman Fort. We actually camped up there a couple of weeks back, and that was an absolute cracker. And it's got some fantastic history in the area. Made our way onto Border End, and then eventually up to Hard Knot itself. And unfortunately, it was clagged in on that camp. It does overlook Eskdale Valley, but like I said, it was clagged in, so we didn't quite get to experience that. But like I said, it's a lovely day today. It's nice and clear, so we're hoping to just take the valley in all its glory. Now, the original plan for today was to camp up on Esk Pike, but when we've checked the mountain forecast, it's looking around 50 miles an hour, and if it's saying 50 miles an hour, you know for a fact there's going to be 60, potentially 70 mile an hour gusts in there, so we're just not going to risk it. It's just going to be an absolute misery for everyone if we have to get out of there in the middle of the night. The plan then, as a result of that, is to just basically head up the valley itself, hugging the river, and if we come to any nice sort of spots on the river bank that we think suitable for a camp, we're just gonna set up there. Other than that, let me just swap hands. Oh my god, my arm's going absolutely dead. Other than that, we are aware of the Sampson Stones, a very prominent bouldering spot in the valley itself. People come from far and wide to climb them. Big massive slabs that have just basically come off. Well, it's probably slight side, the Scaffells. So they're just nestled away around the Great Moss area. So we're thinking if the area is free and the wind's bad, we're just going to nestle up and get camped up behind them. Should offer just a nice windbreak and make the evening, maybe stand outside and have a few drinks, get a bit of food on. So yeah, let's get underway and we'll bring you back shortly. So we got two different water systems going on. What's that one called, Greg?
The grail.
The grail. It's not just a water purifier, it's also a 2-in-1 multi-gym. Sam's on the, what are you on, the Catadam V3? So a little bit quicker, but yeah. So this is...
I think this needs a new water filter because it's normally a lot quicker.
Yeah, I've been using that for a while now though. I love it, it's a great bit of kit. I think before this I used to use just like a cheap little £20 one from outdoors, which weren't bad for the price, but because it was a hard plastic it wouldn't really filter from it. Whereas with this I can drink straight from it, or I can filter. Little tip as well, the hinge on it is a little bit weak. It's just a normal plastic hinge on the top, and the original one actually broke. And well, it turns out it's just a normal fitting that, so you can literally take a fitting off another water bottle and just reuse it. Right, so just behind me you can see Lingcove Bridge. It's actually the oldest bridge in the valley, and you can just see the water coming down from Lingcove Beth and just feeding into the river Esk. Such a stunning river as well. It opens up into a lot of these deeper pools. I think we'll definitely be back in the summer for a nice little dip, but a little bit too cold out today. And then just in the background you might be able to see just the tip of Scarfell Pike just through the gap over there. So yeah, it's been a nice, pleasant, easy walk so far. I think it's about 7 kilometres in total, but we're just about to hit our first incline. It's all been very gradual up until this point, so it might get a little bit harder now, a little bit sweaty, but yeah, we'll make a move.
Bringing you back for a little check-in. So we're just coming to the top of this ascent now, and the layers have come off. Starting to get a bit of a sweat on. It actually wasn't too bad considering when we were looking at it. It's not too bad. How did you find that?
It wasn't bad at all. It's literally this bit. This is starting to feel it a bit now, but the walk in general has been great.
Yeah, I think we're just a bit out of shape, a bit out of form and practice at this point, but yeah, we're just coming to the top now, so I actually can't wait to see this valley as it opens up, because we should be greeted with an absolutely gorgeous bit of river, so we need to just press on and get up there.
Right, so here we are. We just continue to go up, and then it just opens up now onto this lovely valley, just with this bend and winding river. It's just absolutely stunning, and it's so secluded as well. Obviously a lot more people there a bit further down by the bridge, but the further up we've got, the less people we've seen, and we haven't seen a soul for a while now. But it's just absolutely stunning up here. Very happy to be here. It's been a while that we've had this on the list, so it's great to finally be here. I think we're just going to stop off for a little bit just by the river, have a little bit of food, and then it's not too much further on to get to our destination. I think we basically just need to continue around the bends there, and then either camp on the bend on the river or make it all the way up to the Sampson Stones and pitch our tents there. But it's great just being surrounded by all these peaks over in the background. You can see slight sides over there just towering over us. Gorgeous.
What's everyone on to eat?
Greg's butty.
Eggs? What's the requirements?
Nah, it's a little char grilled chicken, I think.
I'm on a brie and cranberry.
You love that, don't you? You got that about you always get that, don't you, from a little shop?
So there's a little shop in Ambleside, I think it's called a Picnic Box. You do a brie and cranberry, like a cranberry jam. It's absolutely phenomenal. Just get yourself one and thank me later, because it's absolutely stunning.
seen the camera on me then and thought, yeah, just be normal, just eat normally. Always the way, isn't it?
What are you on now then?
See if we can eat normally with this. Just on a bit of jerky. 25 beef jerky. Get the protein in.
Have you had this one before?
I think so. Not too sure. Might come.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
complain that there's not enough in it.
That was more than that. I mean, it's still not great. Come on, double the size of the bag. You do better than that.
Right, we've just finished lunch. Little bite to eat by the river. Just what a lovely little spot that was to chill out. The sun, as you can see in the background there, it's trying to peek out. It did for moments on the way up. It just raised the temperature nice, had that sun on your face. As quickly as it comes out, it goes away, eclipsed by a little cloud. But it's still fairly sheltered where we are in this valley for now. As you can see the river in the background there, it's absolutely amazing. So the plan now, like we said, just going to follow this river round past Lakeside, and that's just there. Can't actually wait to get a look at this Eskdale Valley proper. From what I can tell, it just looks absolutely fantastic. Genuinely one of them walks and camps that you've been thinking about for weeks and weeks and weeks. Just had it on the bucket list for so long. Finally getting out and doing it. But it is great to be back out. It's been a couple of weeks. So I'm just going to soak this up and enjoy every minute of it. Where's the path? As you can see, it's still a little boggy. We're just in April now and it is still a bit boggy this time of year. I've been out in the HOKAs today, which I think when I get to camp I'll do a little 6-month sort of overview of them. Mixed bag from me. Excel in some areas, fall down on others. Sam's come out in his trail runners and so's Greg. And I think they're regretting it.
It's a little bit wet, like.
Just, wet feet, so.
Yeah, managed to keep them dry the whole time. And literally just now, my foot's just sunk in and got wet.
Wet for the last minute.
Well, maybe we switched to the trail runners a bit too early. But it'll dry out fairly quickly, that'll be alright.
That's it, isn't it? Live and learn.
Yeah. That's like the Grinch's hit the mountain the Grinch lives on.
So Greg's just tried to cross here, but it's a bit heavy flowing, so we're not going to risk it. We're just going to walk up. As you can see, Sampson Stones over there, just a little nugget. So we're just hoping to find a nice little area where we can get across nice and safe and sound. Don't want to end up in a drink at this stage. Sam's gonna try and go for it.
Feet's already wet at this point, so it's not going to go for it.
I'm gonna use Sam as a little tester. To be fair, it's doing alright. Oh, I think you'd done that really well. Little 3/4, taking it back to the noughties. Oh, good.
Nice.
Take a look at that water. It is absolutely just crystal clear. Keep saying it, but wow, this place actually absolutely amazing. It really is.
That, isn't it?
Isn't that stunning? I've never seen anything like it in the lake.
It's just vast, isn't it?
Fast.
So we're just having a little mooch around, seeing if we can find any flat ground. That's a spot there, isn't it? Do you know what, you might be able to get all the tents there? There, the flat bit there, space for 2 over there. That could be a shout, that. Right, so we've made it to Sampson Stones. Feet a little bit wet, legs a little bit tired, but it's all well worth it. Well worth it to get a spot like this. A few nice little flat bits of ground there. The 3 tents. Keith's found us seat for the night. So yeah, just about to get the tent set up now and just yeah, maybe get a bit of food on the go, crack open a drink. I think the sun goes down about 8 nowadays, in 8, half 8, so still got a few hours of light there to get set up in. So yeah, we'll crack on now. So I've chosen to get in the trusty vaude tonight. Oh, we actually stayed last night in Lingcove Valley. I was back up in the Lancashire, first time that I've used it in a while. Looking forward to using that over the summer, but we know the wind's going to be picking up tonight, so I wanted to give myself the best bet of staying safe and sheltered, so I'm in this. So I've had this in winds, probably up to like 35, 40, and it's been absolutely fine, to be honest. Because of the bungee system, it acts as a kind of, almost like a bit of a shock absorber. So although it moves, it does tend to move a little bit in the wind, it just takes all of those blows. So I'm hoping I don't have any issues with that. I am confident in this tent in the wind.
So on the way up, I said I'd do like a little 6-month overview of these HOKA, I think they're the Kaha mids. I've had them for about 6 months now. Positives, really comfy, super comfy. The firmness on the foam as well, for me personally, just right. You know, they're not a stiff boot by any stretch of the imagination, but they're not too soft like you might find of a trail runner. The nubuck leather, and they are also Gore-Tex. Would I ever buy them again for sort of winter use? If you're going to stick to trails, they probably do, yeah. But if you're going to do a little bit of off-piste, sort of Lake District, you know, Snowdonia, especially if you're doing things like scrambling, maybe a little bit of edging, absolutely not. They're just not robust enough. Speaking about robust enough, this is the sort of the biggest drawback that I've personally found with them. Don't know if you can see there, but as I'm walking up, the Vibram Mega Grip has started to come off. Obviously a major concern. Now, what I would say is that Vibram Mega Grip is super sticky. It is fantastic. I've actually worn these on ice effectively, and they just grip like you wouldn't believe. Even when other people were having to wear like yak tracks and things like that, they absolutely just hug the ice. Unfortunately, on this model, now I do think it is just sort of specific to this pair of shoes, because I won't name the supplier who bought them off, because that's not fair, but I did contact them and just say, look, I know HOKA have a really good reputation, they're a good brand, you know, known for making solid pieces of footwear, but I do think this is a defect just on this specific sort of pair. Took pictures and showed them that here and there it was just this is after weeks, it was sort of coming away. The Mega Grip effectively looks as if it gets inserted and like glued into these, you know, pre-cut grooves for it or whatnot, molds, and it was just slowly coming away. And they, you know, they didn't argue the toss. They just said, yeah, that's fine, 100% a defect. So, you know, it's I've still tried to put them on today to try and get as much wear out of them as I could, but you know, they obviously have failed me there, so cutting that off. So would I recommend them to people? It's a really hard one for me personally, because like I said, they're super comfy, but I mean, obviously if your kit's breaking after a couple of weeks, it's not great, is it? So like I said, maybe if you're doing a lot of sort of off-piste scrambles, bit of edging in the Lake District, Scotland, definitely wouldn't recommend them for Scotland. But yeah, probably not, in all honesty. Probably a bit more of a casual boot, casual shoe.
So we're going to go and do a quick little water run before the rain starts coming down. So we're just going to head over there, get to a nice fresh stream over there and get some water.
So we've just been in a bit of a race against time really. You can see the weather pushing in from over like sort of the Scaffells and Esk Pike, so we're just trying to collect some water for dinner tonight as fast as we can. But yeah, this will do, this nice fast flowing water just running off this gully. So yeah, let's just try and fill up as fast as we can, but it's not far from where we're camped at all, maybe 2 minutes, so really convenient. It's always handy having fresh water just on your doorstep, because especially when it gets dark and everything starts to get a bit slippery from all the moisture that's released, you don't want to have to go, you know, jumping off in the dark where it's easy to slip or whatnot. So really handy on our doorstep, and that'll do us. There's probably about 3 litres in this. Got maybe 750ml in that, so that should do me for tonight. Personal filtered water, and I'll just use this for everything else: cooking, washing up, things like that.
Right, nice and clear, just what you want to see. Taste test. Tastes like water. Good stuff.
The filter's not on. Right, so we're just about to get some dinner on from myself. I have got a vegetable tikka with rice from Expedition Foods. Never had this brand before, but the lads have said that it's not bad by any stretch, so looking forward to this. I've been saying for a couple of weeks on the camps that we've been doing, I don't know what it is, like a pregnant woman, I've been fancying I've been fancying like a tikka masala with rice and that on the last couple of camps, so I've been dabbling with the idea of buying one and just putting it in like a little Ziploc bag. but obviously there's the risk, isn't there, of it popping open when you put it in your rucksack and obviously compress it down. So yeah, I've gone with this tonight. I'm hoping this does the job.
You can't go wrong with the curry as well. I feel like they're quite easy to get nice out
with flavour.
Yeah.
And then to wash it down, a little Stella lager. So Wetherspoons at your heart out from me.
Classic combo.
Bloody lovely.
And then we're just on just some burgers tonight for me and Greg's, just Tesco's finest. Classic stuff. Yeah, Tesco's finest burgers. Got a few little slices of cheese there, got some barms. No sauce though. I couldn't find any of the little sauces. They only had like the big ones, and I thought I'm not carrying enough. A big tub of sauce, do you know what I mean?
2 kilograms of Heinz tomato ketchup.
Yeah, let's get this on. There we go.
Give that 5 minutes to boil up and it'll be curry night. Yeah. This curry's had its 5 minutes. Let's give it a little go. What I did notice on these expedition foods that I really like, you have your serrated edge at the top that you obviously just tear off and then you put the water in, seal it up. But they've actually got a second one a bit further down. As you can see, you just tear that across, pop that under my foot for now. And it just means that you've got a really easy and accessible sort of pouch to get into, so I'm absolutely made that. Let's crack the tinny. It's the first one of the night. Cheers. Let's give this curry a go. It's gonna have some stiff competition from the last one, which was the chili.
Did you bake that? That was like a 9.
I think it was a 9, yeah, it was the best one I'd had to date, so let's give this a go. Nice. It's sweet. I compare. It's only obviously a tikka, so it's not spicy. It's like a bit more spice, but that spot on. Really, really nice. You can see the rice in there. Plenty of corn, peppers by the looks of it. Some peas, cauliflower. Yeah, yeah. Spot on, Sam. I think you're looking for like a, something with a bit of a kick. I mean, it's better than the budget end dehydrated meals. That's what I'm getting at. I think this was about £10.
Yeah, they're not cheap, are they?
They're not cheap. I
think the more expensive ones do tend to be nicer, which is...
There's definitely a correlation there between price and the taste for the most part, isn't there? But yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Would you get it again?
I'd get it again, yeah, I would.
Give us a number.
A number? I feel like it's like Barstool Pizza review. I'm going to give that 7.7. 7.7. Well, yeah, it's a good score. I mean, just to be clear, that's not a 7.7 on like a normal scale of any food. That's like that's a dehydrated scale. So bear that in mind.
So let us know what your favourite dehydrated are, because we're on the lookout for the best one.
Yeah.
I think our favourite so far was Summit to Eat.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Chipotle chili. That was really give a 9, yeah. Yeah,
Summit to Eat Chipotle chili banging.
It was nice, though.
Not bad, is it? Sweet.
I think that's a fair score. 7. Yeah, it's got a bit of spice actually, hasn't it, as well?
Yeah.
That's nice, that. I think 7.7 is fair. I'll go the same.
Right, so we've just finished dinner. Very quickly packed away, starting to rain a bit. The wind has died down, thankfully. When we arrived, it was probably kicking on for like 10-15 miles an hour, a little gusty in there, so we were a bit nervous, but we're all set up and the tents we're in tonight. Should handle it no problem. Sam's in the vaude, Terra Hogan 2-person. I'm in the Scarp one by Top Tent. And Greg is in the Fjallraven Abisko light. So let me very quickly, just before we lose the light, because it's just gone 8 o'clock, let me take you up onto this summit, this little mini summit of Sampson Stones. Because it is absolutely, I know I've showed you before, but I want to show you one last time, and I hope the camera can pick it up, because it's absolutely phenomenal, it really is. But look at that, just down into the valley, honest to God. The place, the magnitude of the place is fantastic. It's absolutely colossal, but it's a bit of a mad one to say, but it's got a really sort of inviting nature and fair nature. You know, some valleys you go into can be, got a bit of an intimidation to them, a bit daunting. You know, very steep sort of side, and close you in and you feel an awe. And don't get me wrong, you feel an awe in this valley, certainly. I know I do. But it's got a very pleasant nature to it. In the background there, I think it's slight side, the cliff faces. You can see a couple of ledges, so potential spots. Into the distance you can see Eskdale, and the gap, if you go over that, that'll be Eskdale. That is actually the highest pass in the Lake District. So yeah, the highest pass in the Lake District, that actually is. And then coming round, all this area is known as Great Moss. Just a vast, open, flat valley floor. It's obviously a bit boggy now. I mean, when we came up the valley, I'll show you now, actually, we had to cross because we were on the wrong side of the river originally. But we managed to just cross down into this little bend. The lads have already got wet feet, they weren't bothered, they just sort of bombed through. I took my time and sort of hopped across the stones where it was nice and thin. As you can see, the wind's starting to really pick up now. Like I said, the summit you look at 50 miles an hour tonight, so absolutely avoid them. We personally don't go looking for that, so we're just avoiding that. Hoping to just have a nice comfortable night, get through the night without any incidents. The weather tomorrow, it is saying it's due to rain, but you know, we've got the waterproofs and we'll deal with that in the morning. But I'm just really trying to enjoy the last little bit of light in this valley, because I think it's my favourite so far. I'll give it that. I've only been here a couple of hours, and there's certainly other valleys that are loving a hold dear in my heart, but this has just been absolutely spectacular so far, and it definitely is secluded. That's what I would say. It really is a secluded place. I think a bit further up the valley, a bit further down the valley, you know, there is a lot more footfall, but since we've got this far up, I think we've had one group pass us, a couple of people, and that's it. We can't see anyone else coming down. It is 8 o'clock, obviously the weather's coming in, so that's, you'd imagine that's the end of it for tonight. But yeah, what an absolutely fantastic place.
Right. How's it looking?
Looks like people are doing some bouldering.
Yeah, it's got to be that, hasn't it? Dino to there. Easy that, do that any day. Oh yeah, some bones down there. You can see them.
Over.
They're the last people who ever crossed Greg Morris.
Oh yeah, you're ending up in there, aren't you?
Yeah, I reckon you've been here before, Greg.
Yeah, there's going to be 2 more skeletons in there tonight. It is cool, but look at all like see where the rocks have fell down into the crag and jammed. Be like that film where he gets his arm jammed.
Oh, 127 hours.
Yeah.
James Franco.
I hope one falls on me, so I don't have to walk back to the car. 0 hours, 0 minutes, 0 seconds. to bring you back for a sign-off. We've all just jumped in our tent. Greg's in the middle of watching The Gentleman. I'm probably just going to watch some YouTube. I've just downloaded some Tony Hobbs, some history documentaries. And Sam, I don't think Sam's got anything downloaded, so he'll be left alone with his own thoughts. God help him. But yeah, just on another side note actually, before I forget, me and Sam both want to say a big thank you to basically everyone. If you're watching this video now or if you're a subscriber, we're coming up to a year of the channel and we've actually just surpassed 500 subscribers. So honestly, really a big thank you, because you know we love getting out and sort of doing this as our little hobby and our pastime, and just making these videos for ourselves and for other people who enjoy them. It's just been it is just a great experience for us, and it's just something a bit different. Switches it up, always keeps it creative, so we love doing it. So yeah, like I said, if you've supported us so far, whether it's just like, comment, you know, if you're subscribed, thank you very much.
Right, so I'm in my tent, ready to get my head down, all wrapped up in my sleeping bag, but I thought I'd just give you a quick little sign off and just say an absolutely massive thank you to everyone who's watched so far. I think the channel's been going for around a year now. We got to 500 subs, which we're absolutely made up with that. So yeah, just thank you to everyone who's contributed towards that and leaving great comments as well. We've had some really good comments and people really enjoying the content that we're putting out there. So yeah, it just means a lot to us. But yeah, just a thank you again. Thanks for the support, and we're looking forward to the next 500 now.
Right, good morning guys. So it's just gone 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Right, good morning guys. So it's just gone 7 o'clock. The alarms have gone, so we're all up. I think checking in on everyone. Bit of a broken night's sleep. The wind kicked up here and there. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't terrible. Definitely made the right decision staying and camping where we picked. You got a sort of really strong gusts down into the actual valley floor by Great Moss. So I think we definitely made the right decision there. As you can hear as well, it is raining, it is miserable outside, which we knew was coming. So I think it's just a case of getting some coffee on. That's going to be my first thing to do. Getting some coffee on. So for breakfast I'm going to be doubling up on the Nescafé. And then I've just opened some biscuits as well. That'll do me until I get underway and get back down to the car, I think. Let me soak my stove there. Oh. That's exactly what you need. First thing in the morning out here. Warm you up, get you going. Just having a little look out of the valley now. I don't think that's going to clear anytime soon. I think that's definitely on. Backlag for the day. So, yeah, if you're walking up today, you're not going to be getting the views that we managed to get yesterday, unfortunately.
Right, morning everyone. I think we're all a little bit tired today. I don't think any of us slept particularly great. Struggled to get my temperature right last night, to be honest. I put a fair few layers on, expecting it to be cold, but I woke up at 2, absolutely sweating. So I had to shed a couple of those layers, but then woke up again a couple hours later, a bit cold, so I had to put them back on. But yeah, bit of a disrupted night's sleep, but nothing too bad. Like, looking a little bit dreary out there. We're going to be packing up in the rain. Wind isn't too bad though, so hopefully that holds off. I'll tell you what though, I'm regretting wearing my trail runners. I think me and Greg were a little bit too eager to wear them. Literally brought me boots in the car, brought me boots, but brought me gaiters. Should have wore them, but ah well. But yeah, it's time to slowly get packed up and make our way back down to the car. Right, so we're all packed up now, about to make our way back down to the car. But yeah, just an absolutely cracking camp, unbelievable location. We'll definitely be coming back here. I think we've all just been in awe of the beauty of the place. Thanks to everyone who's watched. If you've enjoyed this video, please do consider liking, commenting and subscribing. It really does help the channel and just helps you get the content that you want.